Hey everybody, I wanted to share my collection of Sasquatch themed pocket knives with you today. I've been an avid collector all my life. My granddad and my dad both were big pocket knife collectors, and I've just recently started getting into it more. I've always had different pocket knives. My dad would give me some really nice ones on occasion, and I carry them all the time. But lately, I've started watching the YouTube videos, and have really enjoyed those. So I decided, you know what? I've got these Sasquatch themed knives. I think that would make a pretty good video. And here we go. I think we're going to start out here with this Rough Ryder RR2167. If you look at it here, it comes in a nice nylon sheath. You get it in. I've actually had it open before, but this is like an unboxing, right? So, you pull that open there. And you see this is a wood handle knife. It's similar to a Buck 110 or maybe a Case Mako, but it's just a little bit bigger. Really nice knife. Got a clip blade on it. Let's see if we can get it just says Rough Ryder. Oh, I should have used my little Olympus camera. And it doesn't show a kind of steel. That just says made in China with a model number on it. It's got a decent edge on it. You can see the artwork. This is a wooden handle. And there you go. That's where the focus is going to be. I got you. And pretty nicely, I'm sure, laser etched into there. This knife may have been around for a while. This model on sale, it's got a half stop. Nice, just traditional lockback. So that's the case. The next one I want to show you are about 3 little Victorinox knives. Victorinox. This is just a classic Victorinox, and it's got kind of a Smokey Bear hat on there, but that's a Sasquatch wearing it. The forest theme in the background. And if you can see it, all right, that's one thing this phone will not do, will it? All right, I may start making videos with my I have a little TG7 camera. But, just your classic pin blade on here. No half stop or anything. And then your blade with the file on it. A little screwdriver. And then the most handy thing for me on these little Victorinox classics are the scissors. They're really good, when the beard or mustache start to tickle your nose and you have to take care of problematic whiskers. Next one here is one that just came in. You can see on here, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And this is a Victorinox Tinker. And it's got the blades you would expect, the large blade, the small blade. Then it's got the can opener with a little flathead screwdriver on it. And then it's got a half stop here with the large flathead, the wire stripper, and of course the bottle cap lifter opener. And just a really good snap on these Victorinox knives. Over here on the back side, in lieu of the corkscrew, it's got a large Phillips head driver on it. Then, of course, your all leather punch. A little hole in it to run your thread through in case you need to sew up something on your camping equipment or leather pouch. You know, classic tweezers. And toothpick. The other one, that one's still a little bit gummy, but you see it's got a really nice design on it. It says Bigfoot Hide and Seek World Champion. Hide and Seek World Champion. Over here you have a classic, you know, retro little divided globe design with water, maybe earth and sunset. You know, I always think of this as like 70s-ish outdoors. On the back, not all who wander are lost. SMKW, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. This was the Tinker, and this is the Hiker model. You know, it's really nice blade. Victorinox. I hope I say that word right. I used to just call it Victorinox, and I got to watching all the videos. And that good blade there. Once again, you know, in lieu of the corkscrew, we have the Phillips head driver, the leather punch or owl, and on this one, I'll make sure that wasn't on here. No, that's the Tinker. Okay, I made sure I got the right knife. I didn't want to be calling it the wrong thing the whole time. The Hiker actually has a saw on it, and I think these saws are really amazingly useful, and that's one reason I always carry a genuine Swiss Army knife with me when I go hiking or camping, even if it's not in my pocket, it's at least in my backpack. You know, I have some sentimental stuff sometimes I usually carry in my pocket, you know, just a Puma my dad gave me several years ago, or a case canoe. The canoe is my favorite pattern. But back to this Victorinox Sasquatch themed hiker is a really cool knife, and I may not wind up carrying this one, probably won't, but I will be getting me one just in the classic red handle. Next we have here is Case has been making a series of Sasquatch themed knives. There you go. You can see that pretty well. This is the Sodbuster Junior, and you see that 3/10/2025 synthetic orange smooth. This is 80502. I suppose the model number. You see that these knives are new. I think you can still find them around right now. And this one has I think it's a 2025 because it's got 5 dots on it, you know, and it's got the case with the sharp kind of lightning S in the middle, telling you it's built between 2000 and 2029. Just a really good blade on these. It's called a Skinner blade. I'll probably wind up doing a whole video on Sodbuster style knives. I have a couple of variations of the frost cutlery mule skinners, and you know, an old kissing crane, their wood handle, whatever variation of Sodbuster they call that. So anyway, this is a very good knife. I actually have a Sodbuster Junior just in the synthetic yellow, it might be Delrin, I'm not sure, handle that I carry occasionally. And then we get to the big daddies here. This is the second one of these I ordered. The first one was this one over here that I'll talk about in a second. But this one here is the amber bone. Of course, Case makes most of their commemorative knives in the trapper pattern. And you can see it's got this shield on it right here, this style shield. And then you have Sasquatch's face. And then him walking, very reminiscent of the old classic Patterson Gimlin film creature. And walking over there into the mountains. And he likes to walk in the moon, apparently. You can see it's the same face as is on the Sodbuster Jr. Everyone familiar with the trapper style will know that, you know, it comes with generally the clip blade, and if it's the full-on trapper and not the slim line, it'll have the spay blade on there as well. Just a really cool knife, and let's see how that stacks up with Sasquatch over here. You know, it's a pretty big knife. What is that? That's about 4 1/16 inch long or so. So, you know, decent size knife, but a pretty design. On the back, it says Sasquatch and him walking through the woods. And hey, look, same design as is on the Sodbuster Jr. And this one is Case model 58182 SQH. It's a very pretty knife, though. That's the amber bone version. And you know, this bolster here, notice it's got the lines on the bolsters here, where we get the smooth white bone version of it now. And this one I think you can find a little bit more readily than this one at this point. This one took a little looking for, you know, to find a price I wanted to pay for it. These are still sub $100 in most places. It's got the you know, it's got the bullet for the shield on it. Bolsters have double X on this one, but no line through them. If you look, though, hey, I've seen that design before, right? It's a good design. The back of it, Sasquatch. I think the white bone looks really cool, you know, especially with it, you know, darkened over here on this side. Same blades. Both of these have 6 dots, both this one and the amber bone version. And I think they were made in 2024, I guess. 2023, possibly. I think 2024. I get a little mixed up counting that sometimes. And spay blade. They have decent edges on them, but I don't think that anyone's ever going to be using these, you know, as a pocket knife to carry around too much. They're purely collectible. And this one is Case 06740 SQH. Very cool knives, though, and I hope you enjoyed this little tour of these Sasquatch themed knives. I'll be doing some more later. I promise I'll get the focus a little better on this thing. Figure out exactly where it is. Yeah, you can see that on the little Victorinox classic there. You can see Sasquatch's face. You can see Squatch written up there. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I don't always post knife videos. I am going to be posting some more. But I like guitars. I like being out in nature and doing stuff. Sometimes I post my dog doing funny stuff. So you never know what you're going to find. Anyway, thanks for watching.